Broncos country, rejoice, for football is back in the Mile High City. Today, the Denver Broncos hit the field for the very first time in training camp, and it was the first time that media got to be out there for camp. They will also be out there tomorrow in what the team is calling a ramp-up acclimation period, and then Friday will be the first open practice of training camp. I will be out there for every single one of those, Broncos country, so please don't hesitate to say hi if you see me out there. But regardless, let's go ahead and jump into the top storylines that were emerging from today's practice. Bringing in this first tweet from Zach Stevens of DNVR, the first main storyline that really came out of camp was Greg Dulcich, and it was really good news. He was fast, explosive, healthy, and the receiving threat that the team hopes he can be. He had a 15-yard catch from Bo Nix on 7-on-7s and then exploded downfield after a catch from Stidham in team period. So right now it looks like Stidham is getting the early work in team period and 11-on-11 drills with the ones, at least assuming Greg Dulcich is running with the ones. That's something that didn't really trickle out of camp, was the quarterback rotation, or really how each quarterback played. That's something that was kept pretty close to the media, and I imagine we're not going to really get a grasp of that until Friday when we can see it for ourselves. But further elaborating on that play from Bo Nix and Greg Dulcich, Bo found Greg on an out 15 yards down the field on the right side. Dulcich was wide open, and Nix found the hole in the zone defense. It was a good play in 7-on-7 drills. So if we can continue to see this connection between Bo Nix and Greg Dulcich develop, I think that's going to make all of Broncos country giddy, because Dulcich, we all know that he can be explosive as a receiving threat tight end, not so much as a blocker, but if Dulcich can carve himself out a niche role in this offense, he could easily become a favorite target of Bo Nix. The next tweet I wanted to bring in was in regards to the linebacker competition. That is something that we're going to be monitoring really closely as the Broncos look to replace Josey Jewell. Cody Barton and Jonas Griffith split reps today at off-ball linebacker next to Alex Singleton. And obviously, Cody Barton's the favorite to win the job, but keep an eye out on Jonas Griffith, guys. This dude is hungry. He lost back-to-back seasons to injury, but before he got hurt, he was looking like he could become a perennial starter for the Denver Broncos. He was a really, really solid player. I feel like Jonas Griffith is not going to go down quietly here, and he's going to give Cody Barton a lot of hell in this competition, and keep an eye on this one, Broncos country, because I would not be surprised if Jonas Griffith ended up winning this job. I really wouldn't. Bringing in some other observations from Benjamin Albright, Damari Mathis seemed to be the corner who got the most reps outside of Pat Surtain and Jaquan McMillan. So it seems that Damari Mathis is the leader in the clubhouse for that boundary corner spot, but I've also heard that Jaquan McMillan during OTAs and minicamp was getting some reps on the outside as well. That's also something to watch. If Jaquan McMillan is getting reps on the outside, maybe Mathis was getting reps on the inside. Notice, it doesn't say who was getting reps where. Obviously, Surtain's going to be one of the boundary dudes, but it doesn't say if Mathis was on the boundary and McMillan was the nickel, or if Mathis was the nickel and McMillan was out on the boundary. That's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on for sure. Troy Franklin, I guess today was not the best day for Troy, and Sean Payton said that that's to be expected for a young player trying to get his feet wet and grow. He received a lot of loud public vocal coaching from John Morton today about the things he was doing incorrectly. So Troy Franklin seems like he's still trying to get up to speed and transition his game from the college to the NFL level. Then, in terms of punt returner, Marvin Mims and Tremont Smith seem to get the most punt return reps, and obviously Marvin Mims is going to end up being the guy. However, kind of thinking about it a little bit more for a second here, maybe they want to reserve Marvin Mims strictly for kick returns, and maybe then they would utilize Tremont Smith as a punt returner. That's just something to think about. All right, Broncos country, those are the top storylines that came out of training camp today. Oh, one more tweet actually from Benjamin Albright that I don't have up, but it said that the reported rumors of the funeral for Javonte Williams were completely overstated. Javonte got all the first team reps today, so I'm a little bit guilty of kind of writing off Javonte Williams Williams a little bit as well. So apologies to you, Pookie, and I hope you are able to continue that trajectory forward and get yourself back to where you were in 2021. All right, Broncos country, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. And I'm curious about the cornerback spot, Broncos country. Do you feel like ultimately Damari Mathis might be able to get back in the good graces of this coaching staff after a, let's just be honest, dismal 2023 season? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are two free and easy ways to show your support. Helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.